Whenever I feel like going crazy, I pet Ash, Aryna Sabalenka on the mental support behind her new dog. World number 1 Aryna Sabalenka continued her strong run at the 2026 BNP Paribas Open in Indian Wells, delivering a composed performance to defeat Naomi Osaka and advance further into the tournament. After the match, the Belarusian spoke about the tactical approach that helped her control the contest, highlighting her aggressive returning and the pressure she managed to apply during key moments. The interview also offered a lighter moment as Sabalenka appeared with her new Cavalier King Charles Spaniel puppy, Ash, who briefly took center stage at the Tennis Channel desk. While the focus remained on her victory over Osaka, Sabalenka explained that the dog has already become an important source of balance during the demanding tennis season. They had only one previous meeting, back in the 2018 US Open, precisely during Osaka's campaign to her first major title, but since then they had not faced each other again. It was a straightforward victory for the world number 1, 6-2, 6-4, and for the third time she advances with a win in straight sets. Sabalenka maintained consistency from the serve, landing 75% of first serves and winning 76% of those points, numbers well above those of the Japanese player, who recorded 63% first serves and won 58% of them. Sabalenka secured 3 breaks while Osaka had none, bringing the Japanese players' tournament to an end. Osaka will still move up 1 position in the rankings and is set to sit as world number 15 at the conclusion of the event. Sabalenka satisfied with aggressive return strategy against Osaka. Sabalenka said she was particularly pleased with the way she executed her tactical plan against Osaka. The Belarusian focused on stepping inside the court on second-serve returns, attempting to reduce Osaka's time and immediately dictate the direction of rallies. The world number 1 described her overall performance as balanced, pointing to both her serving and the variety she introduced during baseline exchanges. That combination allowed her to sustain pressure on Osaka throughout the match. "I'm super happy with the level I played. I'm happy with the way I served and how I played. I'm happy with the way I put her under pressure and the variety that I brought today on court." Sabalenka also noted that her approach to second-serve returns has become a key tactical priority in recent seasons. Against Osaka, she felt the need to intensify that strategy even further in order to neutralize the Japanese player's powerful baseline game. "I think overall, in all the matches I play, I try to put extra pressure on the second serve and be more aggressive," the 4-time major champion added. "But today I just felt like I had to step in and put even more pressure on her, so she had to deal with that power and speed by herself." Ash the puppy brings calm during the demanding season. While Sabalenka's performance on court remained the primary focus, her new puppy Ash quickly became a talking point during the post-match interview. The world number 1 explained that the dog has already had a noticeable impact on her mindset during the season. Sabalenka said the puppy provides emotional balance during the long and demanding schedule of the WTA Tour. She described Ash as a form of mental support that helps her reset when the pressures of competition and travel begin to accumulate. "Just the mental health support, you know. I feel like I'm much more settled, more calm, more in control. Whenever I feel like going crazy on my team, I just pet Ash and I feel better." The dog's name also has a connection to tennis history. Sabalenka revealed that she and her fiancé had made a deal tied to the US Open, and the final choice of name was inspired by a legendary figure in the sport. "We had a deal with Anton Dubrov, her coach. If I win US Open, we get a dog," stated the 2-time US Open champion. "And we felt like it had to be related to New York. Apple didn't sound right, so we thought about Arthur Ashe. Ash it is. Whenever I feel like going crazy, I pet Ash, Aryna Sabalenka, and the quiet strength of a small dog." The world of professional sports is often painted with images of glory, roaring stadiums, flashing cameras, trophies lifted under bright lights, and champions smiling through sweat and triumph. Yet behind these moments lies another reality, one far quieter and more human. Beneath the cheers, athletes wrestle with pressure, exhaustion, and the relentless expectation to perform. For world number 1 tennis player Aryna Sabalenka, the battle is not only fought on the tennis court but also within her mind. And surprisingly, one of her strongest allies in that battle weighs only a few kilograms, has floppy ears, and answers to the name Ash. Sabalenka once joked in an interview, "Whenever I feel like going crazy on my team, I just pet Ash and I feel better." It sounds simple, even playful. But within those words lies a deeper story about mental health, companionship, and the healing power of unconditional love. The weight of being number one. Born in Minsk, Belarus in 1998, Sabalenka rose through the ranks of women's tennis with an explosive style. Her powerful ground strokes, fierce competitiveness, and emotional intensity made her one of the most captivating players in the sport. Over time, she climbed to the top of the rankings, winning multiple Grand Slam titles and establishing herself as the dominant force in modern women's tennis. Yet greatness carries a heavy burden. Tennis is a lonely sport. Unlike team sports, a tennis player walks onto the court alone. There are no teammates beside you when things go wrong. Every mistake, every missed shot, every lost point belongs entirely to you. For Sabalenka, this pressure sometimes manifested in emotional outbursts during matches. She has always been a passionate competitor, someone who wears her emotions openly. Fans have seen her shout in frustration, smash rackets, or bury her face in her hands after a costly mistake. But emotional intensity is also part of what makes champions. The same fire that fuels frustration also fuels victory. Still, managing that fire is not easy. That is where Ash enters the story. A promise and a puppy. Ash did not arrive in Sabalenka's life by accident. According to Sabalenka, she had made a deal with her coach. If she won the previous year's US Open, she would get a dog. When she fulfilled that promise, she welcomed a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel puppy into her life. The small brown and white dog quickly became the newest member of what Sabalenka affectionately calls Team Tiger, her traveling support team of coaches, trainers, and staff. She named the puppy Ash as a tribute to tennis legend Arthur Ashe, after whom the main stadium court at the US Open is named. It was a thoughtful gesture, a small nod to tennis history, but little did Sabalenka know that Ash would soon become something much more important than a symbolic name. He would become her emotional anchor. A four-legged therapist. Professional athletes often rely on psychologists, meditation, or breathing techniques to manage stress. Sabalenka herself worked with mental health professionals earlier in her career as she navigated the psychological challenges of the sport. But Ash provides something different. He doesn't analyze matches. He doesn't offer tactical advice. He doesn't judge mistakes. He simply loves. In interviews, Sabalenka has described how the puppy helps her remain calm during intense moments. When frustration builds and she feels ready to explode, she